an appointment.
I heard you was a lyricist.
I heard you can give Cardi B.
Are we trying to
and them a
freestyle
run
right now?
for her wedding. I want to hear freestyle.
A
freestyle. I want to hear freestyle. I will freestyle if you freestyle.
A freestyle is crazy.
A freestyle is insane.
Cousin talk that talk, sip, spill, sip, spill. Two sides, one share. Auntie.
Welcome to the very first episode of the Auntie Cousin Podcast.
Hey, auntie cousin, auntie cousin, auntie cousin.
Hey. So I need you guys to sit down, sip on something,
And Will.
and come get in this group chat. I am Deshaun Player.
And I'm Maya Giovanni. And today's chat is about owning your path, claiming your spotlight, and what it means to carry legacy after loss.
Yeah. So, Maya, have you ever had that auntie cousin who's just naturally entertaining? Like, she can tell a story about going to the grocery store and suddenly everybody's around the table laughing hysterically.
The one who can walk into any room, whether it's a poetry slam or a family cookout or a TV set, and they just steal the show. Like, she the star of the stars.
Exactly. The auntie cousin who got personality, talent, and comedic timing all rolled up into one human.
Baby, that's how I feel about Bria Samoné. Welcome to the show, girl.
Thank you. First of all, you know, like in church when the guest pastor comes and someone has to read the bio.
That's how you felt?
That's how I felt.
We love that.
That was great. I actually need a copy of that. That was good.
Sure will. We'll send it to you.
We give y'all a show card at the end.
Yeah.
Well, on Auntie Cousin, we like to start with a hot beverage first, okay?
Amen.
So
We sipping.
What's in your cup today?
So
Yeah.
I'm sipping on some raspberry leaf tea.
Amen.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it.
And what you got, Maya?
I'm running back ginger and turmeric. That's really where I live, so I'm sipping on her.
Yeah. And I got green tea.
Okay.
I got green tea.
It's a good mix.
Kinda like, do what works.
With a little honey and lemon with it. So we said what we're literally drinking, but metaphorically, how your spirit doing?
Ooh.
I got an uncle that asked that.
That's a question.
Come on, spirit.
Today I'm even. My spirit is even. Even.
I like it.
Even.
That's a great
I'm holding
word.
space for the good, the bad, the beautiful, the chaotic, all in one. And it's balanced.
I love
We like balance.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to
think
talk about
that's where I'm
remixing
at.
things. I'm gonna have to take that. Spirit is even today.
Spirit is even.
I love it. I love it.
Come
That's
on.
good.
So, what's something fun and unexpected in your life right now that brings you joy?
Oh, my niece. My niece.
How old is she?
She's one. She turned one on the 7th of February.
Yes.
She's an Aquarius and she is so funny. She's like a ball of joy and like, yeah, she's everything. We had a big birthday party for her too. It was like bear themed. It was so cute. I got her like this bear out. I'm just obsessed with her.
Yes.
I'm like, give
Love
me
the
more.
kids.
Yeah. So I am like an auntie for real.
Period. Okay. Well, that
Okay.
literally
See?
leads us into our next question because this is the Auntie Cousin show. In your friend group or around, the people you love. Are you the auntie? Are you the cousin? Or are you the auntie cousin?
Ooh, I feel like I'm the auntie cousin.
Yes.
Like I have friends that are a little older than me, so
Okay.
I can be much more like the little cousin.
For sure.
And then I have people that I need to be more of an auntie to. So it's a mix.
Yes.
It's a mix for,
For
sure.
sure.
I
Love the
it.
balance.
Yeah.
And so, just to give like a little background before we get into everything, this one nicknamed me Auntie Cousin.
I sure
So
did.
that's how we got here today.
Okay.
We met in 2017, right? I was a mentor at a film institute that was happening at Wiley College. Shout out to Nate Parker Foundation.
Hey.
And I met Maya there. And, that's when I learned she wanted to work in the industry, be a director. Fast forward to 2018 she came, we were shooting a project, and she was saying like, I don't know if I'm gonna stay.
Yeah, because I came for a screening initially,
Oh,
and
wow, okay,
something else was shooting. Nate was shooting something else, and Deshaun was like, "Girl, you should just stay." Like everybody was like, "Maya, just stay for the film." I'm like, "I ain't have no job. I ain't have nothing. I ain't have nothing holding
had
me."
nothing.
But I was, I was really just wanting to jump. Or I was, just nervous initially about just staying in LA. I'm like, I ain't have but a couple days of clothes, and Deshaun
Baby.
was like, "Girl, stay. If you find somewhere to stay,
That's
I'll
how
pick
it
you
is,
up."
though.
She picked me up every day. She took me to set. She made sure I ate. She took me under her wing. But she also it felt like auntie, but she also felt like cousin. So
Because you could party with her too.
You feel me? Like I could tell her my deepest secrets of it. And she ain't gonna tell my mom.
No, I'm not gonna tell Auntie. That's my real Auntie, okay? But no, like when she came, it was just such a light about Maya, and I didn't want money to be the excuse for her not to do something.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, let's figure it out, because we all out here. I like to say we on the bus. Okay, we out here on the bus. So
Facts.
let's be on the bus together,
Yes.
and let's figure it out. Like, help me help you. What do you need, in order to stay? And she stayed, and she worked on this 11-day shoot. Got her first. Was that your first credit?
That was really one of my first credits.
Yeah, her first credit, and it was up there from there. But on the first car ride, she was like, "Auntie cousin." I said, "What? I ain't no auntie now."
She was offended. I
was
said,
like, "Hold
"Girl,
up."
hear me out.
No, you know
hear
what
me
I'm saying?
out."
Because that was like 9 years ago.
And
now,
she embraces it now.
but now, I just turned 40, so I guess I am an
I'm
auntie.
40.
But at that time, I was like 30, 31.
You was like, it's giving more cousin.
I'm
Right,
cousin. And she was like, "No, but you gathered me like you my auntie." And I was like, okay. I accepted it, and it just became a term of endearment.
It is.
And here we are 9 years later on the Auntie Cousin podcast.
Look at God.
Come on. Come on.
We love the
So
full
just wanted to
circle.
share that tidbit before we got into it. But now we're going to get into the show, y'all.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know your journey, how did you get your start?
Ooh. Yeah, so I'm an actor, I'm a writer, and I'm from Richmond, Virginia. Born and raised, a small but mighty city. And I was always in the performing arts. I was in praise dance. I spoke in elementary school. I was always quoting a Maya poem during Black History Month. I was singing in the choir at elementary school, singing in the choir at church. And then one day when I was going to church for praise dance rehearsal, I stumbled into the acting ministry room and didn't know what it was. I was like, I'm in the wrong room. And they just kept me there. And I started to enjoy it. And then high school, I was like a little bit younger than around elementary when that happened. But in high school, I went to go see a show with my best friend. And my mom told me, if you want to be a part of this program, it was a high school after school theater program, then meet the director and ask her if you can be a part of it. Like, my mom was the first person that taught me how to network in that way.
Love that.
So we went backstage before the show. My best friend's mom was like, "This is Bria. She wants to be a part of this company next year when you do it." And the director looked at me and said, "Well, do you want to go on stage tonight? Because one of my actors called in sick."
Wow.
And I was like,
Like that night?
that night. Like the show I went to, I ended up being in.
That
and
just gave me chills. I literally have chills right now.
Literally.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The costume fit like a glove.
Wait.
I know.
Wait.
I know.
Not
Bria,
the costume.
please.
The costume fit like a glove. I learned the finale dance. She handed me the script, and I was on stage. And I don't know what I was saying. And years later, I realized it was a Shakespeare play. That's why I didn't know what the heck I was saying. But I said them these and thous and those and yays.
Okay. Yeah.
I love. Oh my God.
That
So
is
that grew my
incredible.
love for acting, and then went on to Spelman College, majored in drama there.
Yes.
Right after Spelman, I went to University of Washington in Seattle. Whole different vibe there.
Correct. Night
Got
and
my
day.
master's in acting and graduated from there in 2018 and moved to LA in 2019.
That is
Wow,
crazy.
What a journey.
Yeah.
What a journey.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go back to something she said a little bit earlier.
Uh-oh.
She said, praise dance ministry.
Come on, praise dance.
That's how you know she came from a black church.
Yeah. Not
No,
liturgical.
Okay,
Not praise dance.
dance.
No, so you went to Spelman and studied the arts, right? And then you went to Washington and studied. So, and you said it was totally different. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
So I went to a black elementary school. I went to a black middle school. I went to a black high school.
Same.
I'm black. Then I went to Spelman in Atlanta, Chocolate City.
Come on, Atlanta.
Where Spelman is located in the West End with the blacks.
Okay.
At the
Went to
agency.
school with blacks at an HBCU, the number one HBCU, might I add. Period.
I'm gonna let you have that today.
Yeah,
okay?
we ain't go,
I'm
go
doing
over there.
great.
Okay,
I'm
hands
sorry.
a little free.
I'm gonna
right?
let you
Okay.
have that today.
Okay.
You're a guest.
I'm just stating facts.
I'm kind to my guest.
I mean, she really is because my niece is there and it is ranked number 1.
Period.
I ain't in
And
it.
has been for
I
a
ain't
long
in
time.
You
none of it.
are not
I ain't
in
in
it.
none of it. I ain't
Has
in
been for a
none of
long time. Okay, so yeah, I went to Spelman and it was blackity, black. And then I was like, I want to get my master's because there were upperclassmen that were at Morehouse and Spelman that were also drama majors and they went off to get their master's in acting. And so I looked up to them. And one of the schools that kind of gave me a great package was University of Washington, which is in Seattle, which is cold, which is gloomy, which is gray, and very white.
Yeah.
Very white. And I wasn't used to that. You know, Spelman kind of spoiled me. It put me in like this little ball of joy, and it was like go and try to, find that joy somewhere else. And so I had to learn a lot about the world at the University of Washington. It taught me a lot. It taught me a lot.
You're a better person because of it.
Yes,
And I feel like, but it's great to have both of those experiences. Right?
I
Absolutely.
completely agree.
You know.
Because even, in our industry, it is.
in our industry. So I feel like
I love that was just a silent understanding.
and we
Yes.
all knew. Okay, so I'm gonna just get back into our industry real quick because I don't want to go left.
Right. Not too much.
Not too much. So now, now you've graduated, you've moved to LA, you're in the thick of it.
I'm here.
Auditioning and things.
My God.
So tell me about the funniest and or the weirdest audition you've had.
The funniest? The funniest audition. Okay. I remember when I first moved to LA, I was couch surfing for like
Wow.
almost 6 months.
As we all
It
were.
was me, one pillow, one
Truly.
sheet. It was very
One sheet.
One pillow, one sheet.
Girl.
Okay, I made it work. I was living out of a suitcase, bouncing from
Yeah.
because you got to stay at different people's homes. You can't
Right.
stay at one. You got to kind of
Absolutely.
Because you don't
not.
want you don't
'cause
want to
you
wear
don't
out
wanna- right.
out
You
your
might,
welcome.
you might need them again. So you might have to do a week here, a week there, week in
come
Van
back.
Nuys, week in Koreatown, week in you know what I'm
Go back
saying?
to Van
You switch
Nuys.
around.
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing, and I would say the funniest one was probably the project I booked, Mrs. America. And
Wow.
so I was auditioning a lot and I was getting a lot of callbacks. And I remember one callback, they wanted to take a picture with me and the lead. Like the producer's like, we love you. Never heard back at all from that project. It was the weirdest thing. And then I get this project, Mrs. America. And I remember it was like 1970s. And so I was like, I got to have a fro. I need to have some bell bottoms. And I need to have a shirt that gives something 70s groovy or whatever. I didn't have a car. And Ross was a mile away. And I was like, God, I'm plus size. I've always been a plus size girl. And I know how that life is. So I said, God, I feel like this part will be mine if I can find some bell bottoms my size. I walked to Ross. Went into Ross within 10 minutes. Found some bell bottoms my size.
My God.
Found the top that gave, little 70s. Put that audition on tape. I remember I was flying back and forth from Richmond and LA, and anytime I went to Richmond, I worked at my mom's job at the DMV.
Okay.
So I was like in between, like hearing about a callback and like filing papers, doing like non-repairables on cars. I'm like, I don't want to be here. I even put the password on the DMV computer, like Mrs. America 2019.
I know that's
I was like, I was
right.
trying to manifest.
Manifest.
Okay. And I got a call back, and then I got a second call back, and I actually met the casting director, Carmen Cuba.
Come on, Carmen.
Walked in, so scared, so nervous. I go in, I do the scene, and I'm like, grabbing myself, I'm like, bye, thank you. And she's like, wait, I want to know about you. And I'm like, you want to know me? I thought I was just supposed to say the lines. I don't know how to be me. I just need money. And so she's asking me all these questions. She was like, what's your journey? I told her the journey. And she was like, that's fast. You know that doesn't happen all the time. And
Favor ain't
without-
fair.
Listen.
So you know how Hollywood is. Some people believe in God, some people don't. You don't know what room you're gonna be in.
Correct.
And so I was also in that space, but I blurted out, "God is good," and I remember being like, "Lord, did I mess up my chance?"
No,
Did
she
I
wanted-
mess-"
she asked
and we
who you
looked at
were.
each other. We looked at each other. I looked at her. She looked at me. I looked at her. She looked at me. And it was like this pause, and then she said all the time. And I said, "Yeah, come
on now.
Come on now. And then maybe like a week later, I got the call that I remember I was at some store getting a $5 burrito. Come on, that's all I could afford.
Can we get the $5 burritos
that
back?
was good. Banging. With the bacon, the egg, the potato. It's something they do with it. And they roll that hoe up. Come on, it's good. I was getting a $5 burrito. My manager at the time called me and told me, and I was like, oh my goodness. She was like, Kate Blanch is going to be in this. Niecy Nash, Uzo Adope. It was just like,
my gosh.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
That is crazy. Insane. I feel like there's even just a theme here of you saying like how on the audition of fitting the clothes like perfectly. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when you fit the role, you fit the clothes.
Wait a minute.
She said something. She dropped some bars.
Too.
Yes.
Wait. No, say it again. The role, you fit the clothes.
Correct.
I think we just all downloaded that.
I think we did. Okay. I think we just
did. Y'all get that chat?
There.
Y'all got
that
it?
Was
Good.
Put that in the chat.
That's a good book title.
That is. That's
come on, book. Yeah, we're ready for that book. Put the book out. Start writing now. Start writing now. So Bria, you also are, or at least you're just very vocal when it comes to navigating loss, and you shared just emotional reflections about just your first Mother's Day without your mom, and just that weird rite of passage. Just feeling that grief kind of gives you just and that it's just lifelong and heavy. When your mom passed, what changed about how you saw the world?
Woo. I'm still learning. Like I feel like when you experience a loss like that, like you get new eyes.
Yeah.
When it comes to everything, I think one of the bigger things is none of this matters. Like really, none of this actually matters.
Yeah.
And a lot of time, especially with Black women, we have all this anxiety that I think it's taught to us to have. And we kind of take it on and we think it's in our DNA and it's not, but we have it and we deal with it. And if I could just go back and just take a lot of the anxiety that I had when I was a kid, when I was, in my 20s, and even now I would, because my biggest fear was losing my mom.
Yeah.
She was, her journey with cancer started in 2007. Okay. I'm in high school.
Yeah.
And so I was always the kid that was always faced with my mom's mortality. Sure. And so that was my biggest nightmare. And then I have to remind myself now, like, you've lived your biggest nightmare and you still have fear. How? I see people differently. And I think there's a freedom with it too, in a weird way, that it's like I lost like my compass, like I lost my home. And so I really just need to take care of myself and be more selfish with that, if anything, if that makes sense.
It absolutely
But you get
does.
new eyes. You get new eyes.
No, absolutely.
I had her ask that question because I lost my mom. So and when you're talking, I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But no, like everything that you said was just so spot.
Yeah.
on.
You get new eyes. And even when I look at pictures of myself when she was here, I don't even know who that Bria is or what. I can't even imagine. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
But I love what you said, like, that was your biggest fear, and then it happened, and you still have fear. Like, why? I just think, like, we need to kind of, like, pause for a second, because that was, like, so deep. It's like, the thing that we fear the most, if or when it happens, and we say that's the thing we fear the most, then we shouldn't have fear.
Yeah.
But yet and still we do.
Yeah.
And I wonder, is it really fear, or is that fear anxiety and we're naming it fear, or is it like
it might be like,
or anxiousness, or like
trauma PTSD,
or PTSD.
where it's like, I think I recently had a talk with my brother because something happened with him recently, and I was calling my friend, and I was like, I met this, sorry, I'm jumping. I met this girl who lost her father, and we were connecting over the loss of a parent. Yeah. And she looked at me and she was like, but isn't it great, like, the upside or the bittersweetness of it is when you lose someone like that, like, the blessings just fall in. And I kind of looked at her and was like, I don't have that. Like I haven't had that experience. I feel like after the loss, it was like I lost the show two days. The show got canceled 2 days after I lost my mom.
Yeah.
And then I'm wrapping up a show that was my life for 4 years. I'm picking up the pieces, this and that, and it's just like a domino effect. And so for me, it might just be like trauma PTSD, where it's like I actually can't take another L. Yeah. Like another L past my mom's passing is a different, it doesn't feel the same. Yeah. You know, like, you know, and I tell my friends, I'm like, hey, if something bad happens, if you didn't get a part, if you didn't get the audition, or if this relationship didn't work out, you can call your mom and cry to her and talk to her about it. I can't do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Definitely, I feel you.
For sure. How do you feel like you're just able to carry her legacy with you now?
I feel like I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of pressure about that because she would tell me like, sorry.
It's okay.
We here.
Okay.
No, it's okay.
So, no,
we here.
I was going to say, if we need to pivot, you say the word.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
In like the last few months, I would just say like, what am I going to do without you? And she will always say, you're going to live, you're going to live, you're going to live life to the fullest. And even looking now, I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm still just, I feel like I'm just drowning. And I tell people like living with grief is like, I feel like everyone's just swimming in life. But then when you have loss, they put bricks, like they tie bricks on every limb. And I'm just trying to stay afloat. And I know that when I'm trying what I want to do and hopefully garner the tools to do it eventually is to live life to the fullest and like be fearless and take the risk and go big. Just go big, because I think the biggest goal for me now is that when I do see her in heaven, I have a bunch of stories to tell her. Like I just want to be able to have a bunch of really dope stories to tell her.
Yes.
And not that I like.
Yeah.
I love that.
That is really beautiful.
I love that. So that was gonna make me shed a thug tear. It's okay.
Tears are all right. Okay,
I
they
cannot
do.
wait to tell my mom and my grandmother some stories.
Yes.
And my mom, she struggled with substance abuse, and so we didn't have the best relationship. I grew up in foster care, but I think a year before she passed, me and her reconnected.
Oh, wow.
And I would go back every month and spend time with her.
Yeah.
And basically, we kind of had like hashed out our stuff, like I forgive you, that kind of moment, like with her.
That's beautiful.
And I was so grateful that we had came to that moment, because now, like, I do feel a sense of peace for her. And for me, it was strange because when she passed, I was happy for her, because she was tired. Like her body had kind of given up on her because of years of abuse, on it, with drugs. And so she was finally coming back around, doing the right things, but it was a little too late, and so her body had just given up on her. So she was in a lot of pain. So for me, I was like, go rest, Sandy K. Go rest. So it was a blessing in that. But I can't wait to tell her some stories of things that like I got to do, and I don't even know the things I'm going to get to do, but I can't wait to tell her that. So that's beautiful. I love that.
Did you say her name was Sandy K?
Sandy K, girl.
My grandmother's name is Sandra K.
Well, yeah, her name's Sandra K, but I say Sandy K, girl.
That is crazy. I did not know that.
Sandra K.
Wow.
Maddox.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my boo.
I feel like
that.
that has a lot of strength to it, like being able to say, I'm at peace with that, and like you can go. I didn't get there, I watched and I saw it, and I remember when I was like, when my mom says she can't do this no more, like when she gives me that sign, I'm not gonna be ready. And when she said it, I said I know to her, but I was like, I can't. Yeah.
And that's okay too.
Yeah, there's different. Yeah,
And that's okay too.
Yeah.
But you know yourself. You know yourself.
but that's beautiful, and I'm glad that y'all were able to do that a year before as well.
Yeah, like we did. man, like I was so grateful. I didn't know why. I feel like it was God. I didn't know why God was leading me to go visit her often, see her often.
Absolutely.
But I always was afraid to get a phone call to say that they found her, you know? And so I was just grateful. And so now, you know, I have a beautiful mother-in-law who's like my mom, you know, so, you know, everything happens
For a reason. The strike was a hidden blessing for me because I got to take my mom on 2 vacations. I got to be with her and I got to caregive until the end because of the strike. Yeah. So God always knows what you need.
Do you ever feel stuck between who you were and who you're becoming? And in knowing that, what version of yourself are you currently growing into?
Ooh, yes, especially last year. I moved back to LA at the end of 2024. And so I was just trying to like reclaim like my dreams, my career, my goals. Like there's still something out there.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing that I was hit with was, is it time for me to transition from my old team that I was with for about 7 years? And I had the question come up for years before, and I just would sit and here and like, no, it's not time. It's not ready. I'm not ready. Yeah. And I had my friends kind of like support me, like, you know that you want to. It's never going to be the right time. It's never going to feel right. Like, it's this bridge. It's like who you were and who you're trying, who you know you want to be, or who you know is living in you that just needs to come out. Sure. And crossing that bridge is really, really hard. And I remember my friend was at my apartment and she was like, let's just write a pros and cons. Let's go get a notebook. And I grabbed one of my notebooks.
Come on, list.
Right. I grabbed one of my notebooks. And before I could even open the notebook, the cover said, it said something like, if you find out that the life you're living, you're not happy with, I hope you're brave enough to start over. And I read it to my friend and she was like, didn't do a list. I called my manager and I fired her.
Wow.
My God.
Didn't do a list.
My God.
And my manager, the call lasted 2 minutes and 30 seconds. She didn't fight for me.
Wow.
She didn't ask questions. It was so clear and I let it go. I don't regret it. Like, I found another team within 2 months and yeah, like I'm still trying to work towards like the Bria that's right here. Like I know her, I feel her, but it's always right on the other side of doing something really scary.
Yeah. Oof. That is so good. I love that.
Out here dropping bars.
I mean,
you know
by the millisecond.
Getting us together, okay? All up in our business,
please.
From right here. From right here. Okay.
God, so talented. Truly. Oh my gosh, I love you. I love you so much. So I had a question. If you wasn't an actress, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't an actress,
the little birdie told me that you got a hidden talent of doing some things.
What I be doing?
I heard that you got bars.
Okay.
A little freestyle.
I do poetry.
Come on,
poetry a little bit. I think I would be a creative director, which I'm also still trying to do. I love like helping other people build story, or like helping other like musicians as well, like build their shows. I like coaching, and also I do hair on the side.
Come on. So you gotta have a lot of gifts, right?
In this world.
You
okay.
do.
The economy.
Okay. And living in Los Angeles specifically.
Yes.
You gotta choose hair or nails.
I'll be braiding down.
You be braiding?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make an appointment.
I heard you was a lyricist.
I
heard you could give Cardi B.
Are we trying to freestyle?
And then a run for her lane. I want to hear freestyle.
A freestyle.
I want to hear freestyle. I will freestyle if you freestyle.
A freestyle is crazy.
A freestyle is insane.
I got your little ad libs, but that's it.
Give me a couple bars that maybe you've written before, like a poetry line or whatever. But like, I want you to deliver it like it's freestyle. Because then if you do that, I'm gonna steal something in the back of my mind that I've seen before, and I'm gonna rap it too. But I need to hear this.
Can I just rap a 16 that I love?
Okay, give us that.
You see how you had to pivot.
You have to negotiate.
You have to negotiate.
Okay, so if I'm thinking of a 16 that I love, okay, my go-to karaoke rap song, is "Shoot" by Salt and Pepper.
I love it. Let's see if I still have it. You got it. We know you do.
I see it right there. I see it.
Here I go, here I go, here I go again. Girls, what's my weakness? Men. Okay, then chillin', minding my business. You saw I looked around and I couldn't believe this. I swear, I stared, my niece, my witness. The brother had it going on with something kind of wicked. Had to kick it. I'm not shy, so I asked for the digits. Oh no, that don't make me see what I want. Slide to a Swifty. Felt it in my hips, so I dipped back to my bag of tricks. Then I flipped for a tip. Make them wanna do tricks from lick 'em like a lollipop should be licked. Came to my senses and I chilled for a bit. Don't know how you do the voodoo that you do so well. It's a spell. Hell makes me wanna shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot,
That was so Do you see how she was like, oh my God, a freestyle right
Oh my
now?
God.
Yeah, here I go. Here
Is my
I
mic
go.
on?
Yeah.
Is
Is
it
it on? It's on.
Is it on?
It's very much on.
See, that's not
It's
fair.
a little,
See,
you know, it's my
That's
go-to.
so good. And the girls don't rap like that no more.
They don't. They
The
don't.
girls.
I mean,
don't.
Megan's giving it to us on
Okay,
the
yes.
Juvenile BBB
Absolutely,
remix.
absolutely. Agreed.
I gotta check it out. I haven't.
Juvenile coming. He coming with for the summer. Juvenile taking over the summer.
That's what Auntie come in there like.
I'm an
I ain't
auntie
heard
too.
it
I'm an
yet.
auntie
I
You
ain't
gotta
got it yet.
listen.
Okay, I'm gonna go
For real.
Okay,
Get
so
into
this is my rap.
Okay.
This from Malibu's Most Wanted. Okay.
Let's do it.
Be Rad Easy, right? That's the boy.
Oh.
That's the homeboy, okay?
I'm ready for this.
He was spitting bars.
and was.
Shrink, blinkety blink. Try and make me think. One go to the sink,
Yeah.
vomit, then clean it up with comment. Cause Earth is my planet. Bars.
I am
Wait.
howling.
No. Wait. Because traffic, looking for my chapstick,
Yeah.
feeling kind of car sick. There's a for Maverick. Rick. That's $1 million song right there. I'm done.
Spit that high fire.
Drop the
Die
mic.
line.
You in timeout.
I'm in time. I'm sorry.
That is hilarious.
That was great.
That was
Maya?
phenomenal. Oh no.
Oh,
I
yes.
won't be doing that. I won't be doing that.
Well, you can give us a little song, a little jingle.
Yes. Tune Tuesday.
Thank you.
We're gonna
Period.
do it at the end. I'm gonna come back.
At the end, y'all put me on the spot.
I'ma come
She came with
back.
a hot bar. Ain't no tune.
What's in your spirit? What song is in your spirit, huh?
I got a rap.
Okay.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, Rap Attack, Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape pop, smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping too? I almost forgot the hard. You never thought that hip hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat all my sardines for dinner. Peace to Run D, Brucey Bree, Kid Capri, Funk Master Flex, Love Bug, Star Ski. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Carter Crib, same number, same hood. It's all good. I practiced that in my room.
Am not about
In about 7th grade, I sat in my room and I
you.
was like, I'm gonna write this down and repeat it until
You ain't that. What I love
can.
about it was the whisper.
Cause I'm a whisperer.
Like if a dude ever came up and whispered, I'd be like, "What you saying?"
Cause you know I'm always gonna give whisper
with the
tones.
head to
I'm
match.
always gonna give you a little tenor and whisper.
It's a vibe.
I am not about to play with her. I thought she would be like, hey, y'all, now I'm trying to whisper in your ear.
That's how you doing. I'm a whisper. You gotta breathe it.
That's
I was
what
too
I
young.
thought she
I
was
was too young. I was too young listening to
I was
that.
wait. Come on, you.
Very young.
You holding on to that
very
chair
young,
like
very young. Listening
Out there
to
doing
that.
things
you
I wasn't supposed to be
holding on
doing.
to that chair. I'm screaming.
Very young.
Okay. Lord,
A
I'm
young
not about to
girl.
play with you.
Let's bring it back around. Bria, how do you handle rejection and how do you keep going? Like, have you ever wanted to quit?
Yes, all the time. I feel like we all have moments where we want to quit. But you have to kind of have your own engine that you continue to gas up. But when I was a kid, I was always overlooked. Like I was always the underdog and plus size being dark skin, all of that. So I've always been used to having tough skin and used to pushing back on how people would label me just by looking at me and being okay with just surprising people. That's always been the case. And I've just had to like show up, choose excellence, practice, rehearse, and like know like someone's gonna look at you like, well, she ain't got nothing. Just wait. Just sit back and just watch. I can play in my head the many times I have surprised people. They look at me like me and my best friend Maya Prentice. She's in Chicago, but we used to do poetry together. Right, it's poetry together at Spelman, and we would tour like go around Atlanta and doing it. And when people didn't know what we could do, they would just look at these two dark skinned thick girls like, "What are y'all about to do? Like, why should we look at you for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes?" And it's after the first line, hook. And now all of a sudden, wait, we gotta connect. So I'm used to it. And so I just feel like I've built the skin for it. So coming to LA, I already knew how I was gonna be classified and how I was gonna be labeled. And it's whatever. Like I'm not putting myself in a box. And I just have to show. I always have to show people what I can do.
Yes. That's it.
This is like the 5th time.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you every single time. I'm like, look at all the chills on my arms. Like, it's crazy.
Like, my God. Like, you are a lovely being. Like, I relate in so many ways as being, a thickums, okay? I am over here. It is so tough. It's so hard.
Because we're going back to like early 2000s fat phobia.
Girl.
We're going back to like early 2000s.
I moved out here in 2007. Yes.
Well,
just
my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so weird. It's like I love fashion. I love clothes, but I hate to shop. So anyway, I'm not going to go on that tangent because
a whole different...
we could go. But I am going to ask you, as a Black woman in this industry, what do you think the industry still gets wrong?
Our stories. I think we still get our stories. I think what Ryan Coogler did with Sinners is something that I hope pushes other filmmakers to like lean into.
Absolutely.
There was a lot in that film that I enjoyed and loved, and I love that it was his story, like his IP, and I just want to see more of that, like more of people just putting their ideas in something. I don't want to see a reboot. I don't want to see a recycled idea. I don't want to see a white story turned Black. I want to see our stories. And I feel like there's still so many that we haven't told when it comes to our culture.
Yeah.
And also when I look at TV now and when I look at streaming, a lot of shows there are no Black women in the shows anymore, especially the ensemble shows. They're switching us out with others. And it's scary. It's very scary because it reminds me of early 2000s. It reminds me of like, it's just that one. It's that one Black girl, that one awkward Black girl, that one plus size Black girl,
Correct.
that one racially ambiguous Black girl. It's just those ones. And we're going to just put them in everything and just cycle them around.
Yeah.
And so what I'm as an artist, I'm always just trying to continue to be inspired because I love to write and I love to create.
Yes.
And so I look more at the indie filmmakers. I look more at people creating their own stuff because that is where I feel like the artists are right now.
Yes. I feel like that's really home. Like it's
Yeah,
where
it
I
is.
started, in this industry. I'm like, I wasn't on, some big show. I was working with, people that were literally building from the
that have
mud and bringing people
stories.
with them.
Yes.
That have true and honest stories. So
True, honest, nuanced, real stories.
Yes. Yes.
That's the vein that I live in. I haven't had the pleasure of being on like a big network show like yet in the scripted space, with it. But
Emphasis on yet.
Yet. In the unscripted space, yes. But in the scripted space, no. So me and my producing partner, we work we're independent filmmakers.
Yeah.
And so that's honestly where it is.
It is.
That's where ownership is, agency is, so that's where it is. And yes, and I am too tired of the recycled Black woman, and then the big girl got to be the funny friend. Anywho, I'm done. I'm getting off my soapbox.
Child.
Okay.
Child.
How would you say you celebrate your wins, big or small?
Ooh,
Through the
how
ups
do
and
I
downs.
celebrate my wins? thank God. My mom always said anytime, like when I would call her, like, oh, something good happened or I booked something, she'd be like, thank you, Jesus. I'm like, Mom, and then I did this and I'm like talking about all this. She's like, thank you, Jesus. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for all that you've done. Amen. That's like the first thing. And then I celebrate with friends or I celebrate with people that I trust.
Love that.
In the win. Yeah.
But I love that she's teaching you. Put him first. What?
Yeah.
Seek ye first
all
what?
the time.
The kingdom and his righteousness, and then all these things shall be added.
She did.
What else?
You know,
baby, she did.
but I love that. So, do you find it difficult sometimes to celebrate? Like, do you feel like you're moving on too quickly? Do you feel like you need to really sit in it sometimes and to celebrate? Because I feel like I don't celebrate wins like I need to. I feel like I'm grateful and I'm thankful, and then I move on to the next thing. And I haven't like sat with it and been like, girl, you that foster kid from Kalamazoo, Michigan. You know, did you know what I mean? I feel like I'm just always like,
Same. Same. I feel like once I check something off, the goalpost has moved. Yeah. It's like, it's on to the next. It's like, I'm an overachiever in that way where it's like, nope. Because I don't know. I think I was just taught that if you sit with the win, you get lazy. I don't know. Like it. Yeah. So that's something that's just always been in me.
Yeah.
I think now in the last few years since my mom has been gone, I have not sat in wins or things that I should celebrate or things that I should be like, God is in that.
Sure.
Because I'm just blinded by the grief. And so I'm just like, I feel like I'm surviving, but there are moments where I'm like, no, you are thriving though. Like good things are happening. Joy is around you. You have peace. You know, and so there are moments where I find myself like, even in my apartment where I'll just be like, thank you, God.
yes.
You know, so.
They're so good.
I love that.
What we like to do as we close out
Is we like to ask
our guests.
Sing, girl.
Right, I was about to say.
give us one auntie-ism that hits different as an adult. You know, like you gonna learn today, or you better get right before you get left, or mind the business that pay you. What's a good auntie-ism?
A good auntie-ism that hits as an adult and an actual auntie. Mm-hmm. Okay, there was this younger plus size girl, and me and her were connecting, and she was like, we were talking about dating in LA and how trash it is, and she was like, because that auntie-ism jump out, like you'd be like, wait, hold on, it's like a voice, because like you know, you'd be like, no, but then it come out, and you're like, what is speaking through me?
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, you know, she told me the type of guys that she likes. She was like, you know, I might need to go to the gym. And I said, go to the gym for what? She was like, you know, to kind of get the guys that I want. And I looked at her like how my aunt would look like, for a man? No. If you gonna go to the gym, you gonna go to the gym for you. I said, you don't do anything for a man.
Come on now.
Say it again.
For a man?
No.
I like ruffled in my chest. Like I was like, for a man?
Yeah.
And then after I did the whole spiel, because it was a longer speech. It was a longer speech now.
It was good.
I like sat back and I was like, Bria, you only 33. 63 just jumped out at you. 63. I said, whoa. I need that speech.
The auntie
when like
ancestors
y'all hold your
felt
hand,
it.
I'ma hold your hand when I say this.
When I say this.
Yeah.
That's the one.
That's a good.
For a man? You gotta say it like that.
Can we add that to our list? Okay, we gonna add it to the list.
That's the
Okay,
promo.
for the next episode.
That's the promo for this episode.
For a man.
No. Absolutely.
But I just love when
Not.
she realized she was 33.
Bring your 33, man.
All right, so tell the people where to show up for you and what are we supporting? How can we follow you? Tell us.
What are we doing? What are we getting
doing?
into?
I'm working on some things that I will be announcing soon.
Yes.
Soon. But you can follow me at Bria Samoné. That's BriaSamone on Instagram and on Threads at Bria Samoné as well.
This is it.
I know. This was so
This
good.
the episode. Man, this was the chat. Did y'all like that? I know y'all liked it. I know y'all liked it.
Put some W's in the chat, y'all.
Put some W's in the chat.
W Auntie Cousin Podcast.
Okay.
Okay. I love this. You were
so
so
good.
amazing.
Incredible.
Man.
Thank
So,
you for coming.
well, all right now.
All right, now. That's our outro.
That's our outro.
The outro is, all right, now.
All right now. Okay. And we always, we going to start saying, take what you need.
Leave what you don't.
See you next time. And don't forget to call your auntie. And don't forget to call your cousin. Bye, y'all. Shout out to y'all YouTube. We love y'all.
Calling out YouTube is hilarious.